Hello, welcome to your home study. So let's look at the theme tune for Harry Potter and get learning that. So if we get started, we're gonna go on, well, before we get started, make sure you've done your alternate picking and your spider exercise to get warmed up. But yeah, let's get started. If you've done that, let's continue and get started on learning Harry Potter. So the start of Harry Potter, the first line, which you should have the sheet in your practice assignment from last lesson. We've got a 0 on the B and then a 0 on the high E. Then we're going to go 3-2 on the E with two different fingers. So second finger for 3, first finger for 2. So whenever we've got a 3-2 on the high E string in this song, we're going to use second finger for 3, first finger for 2. So we've got 0 on the B, 0 on the E, and then 3-2, and then a 0 on the E. Okay, so that's the first bit. Oh, oh, 3-2, oh. So all on the high E apart from that very first 0. Then we're going to go up to 7. And then 5. All on the high E string again. So, and then go to 2. So that's our first half. So we got of the first line. So oh, oh, 3-2, oh, 7-5-2. Now the next part, we start the same as the starts, but we don't play the 0 on the B. So we're gonna start on the high E and go 0-3-2. Then with our third finger, we're gonna play 4 on the B. Then we're going to play 0 on the high and then 0 on the B. So you got the second half of the first line. 0-3-2, 4 on the B, 0 on the high E, back to 0 on the B. So the whole line is. Now, on the sheet, what I want you to do is ignore the last note on each line until you learn the next line. So the last note of each line is the start of the next line. So the 0 at the very end of the first line leads into the second line, and then the 8 at the end of the second line leads into the third line. So that's how you want to treat connecting it together. So if we go back to the first line. Cool. Now we're going to start just like the start again. So 0 on the B to 0 on the E with the 3-2 and the 0. So it starts exactly like the start here. But this time when we go up to 7, we want to go with our first finger because we're then going to go to 10 on the high E. Now if you can use your little finger, this would be great and treat it a bit like the spider exercise. So we could go 7, 10, 9, 8. All in the high E. 7, 10, 9, 8. So the second line so far. Then we're going to jump to 5 with our first finger. Do the same movement, but 5, 8, 7, 6. 5, 8, 7, 6. So we've now got. 0 on the B, back to the high E, 3, 0. And that's how you end the second line. So the second line is. So if you want to pause the video now and just practice the first 2 lines, go for it. And then we'll look at the next 2. So first 2 lines together. Second line. Okay, so on to the next two. Now the next two start with 8s. So with our second finger, we're going to play 8 on the B. Then we're going to alternate to 7 on the high E with our first finger like this. So you do that twice. So 8, 7, 8, 7, B, E, B, E. So then we're going to play 8 on the B one more time. Then roll our finger onto 8 of the high E, like I just did. So you go 8, 7, 8, 7, 8, 8, then 7, 6 on the high E. So the third line is. Then we're going to go 7, 8 on the B string. So try and use the same fingers I'm using here, so because then we're getting all the fingers working, and eventually that's what we want, to be able to call on any of these fingers to play. So the next bit again, so we've got 7, 8 on the B, 7, 6 on the high E. Okay, so then we're going to jump to 3 on the G, and then play 0 on the B, then jump up to 7 on the high E. So that last bit is 3 on the G, 0 on the B, 7 on the high E. So the whole of the third line, 8, 7, 8, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 3, 7. So there's the third line. So if you want to practice the third line now, just pause the video and connect it with the first line as well, and we'll do the last line in a sec. Okay, so first, all the 3 lines so far, we got. Third line. Cool, so on to the fourth line, starting with 8 again. Remembering the last note of the previous line starts the next line. So it starts off exactly the same as the third line. 8, 7, 8, 7. 8 on the B, 7 on the high E. But this time we're going to go up to 10. 10, 9, 8, a bit like we did in the second line. And this time we're going to jump to 4 with our first finger. Then do 8, 7, 6. So you got 8, 7, 8, 7, 8, 10, 9, 8, 4, 8, 7, 6. Then we're going to jump to that 3 on the G again. But this time we're going to go 3 on the high E and then 0 on the high E. And that's finish it. So we got last line. There's the fourth line. So if you want to practice that as well, just pause the video and then we'll work on playing it all the way through. So here we go. Let's try it all the way through. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we come in just after I said 5. So it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dun, 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 dun. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, let's start again. I messed up. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Third line. Third So there you go. There's the whole of the Harry Potter theme tune. Hopefully you enjoyed that lesson and see how you get on. And I'll see you in our next lesson. Have a good one. Bye.